Good evening and welcome to Amy Park on Wurundjeri land in Melbourne for this grand final replay between Western United and Melbourne City. In the final match of last season, this stadium and these two sides were the setting for the greatest moment in Western United's short but illustrious history. Champions for the first time. Let's have a look at the home side and how they line up. It was to be an unchanged starting 11 from that 1-0 win over Adelaide, but Tongo Doumbia injured his hamstring in the warm-up. He's been replaced by Sebastian Pasquale in the middle of the park, another ex-Victory player in what is his first start in the A-League since the 28th of May 2021, nearly 2 years ago. Nikolai Topor-Stanley announced his retirement from the game at the end of this season this week. He starts in the centre of defence alongside Tomoki Imai, Stephen Lustica and Pasquale in midfield then. And the hero of last season's grand final, Alexander Prijovic, will be hoping to find the net again to keep his side's hopes of returning to the finals alive. For Melbourne City, they're undefeated in their last 6, 3 wins and 3 draws. Rado Vidosic making 3 changes. Valon Berisha and Curtis Good are rested. Callan Talbot heads to the bench. Scott Galloway makes just his second start of the season at right back. Nuno Reis comes into the centre of defence. And Scott Jamieson will probably fill Valon Berisha's boots in midfield. While up front, it's Marco Tilio and Andrew Nabbout who will be looking to fire the ammunition into Jamie McLaren. And he goes in search of that record. On the benches then, Alessandro Diamanti missed last week with a rib injury. He returns, and so does Neil Kilkenny, back for his first match since the 13th of March with a calf strain. Leo Lacroix is also on the bench for the second time in a row as Michael Roos steps in for Pasquale, who's now in the starting 11, while Matt Leckie is back after 2 months sidelined with a hamstring, and Richie van der Ven, after 6 weeks on the sidelines, he's back for Melbourne City as well. Alexander Prijovic. As it's Melbourne City that get us underway and are immediately onto the front foot. They were crowned premiers without kicking a ball at the end of last weekend for a third consecutive time, an A-League record. Daniel McBreen, they've earned the right to rest a couple of players that may have needed it as we look to head into finals, but make no mistake, Jamie McLaren will be wanting a very focused Melbourne City today, and probably so will Rado Vidosic as well.
Yeah, good evening, Robbie. Our viewers out there, and Jamie McLaren looking to get that all-time goal scorers record, but Western United managed to pull out what no one else thought they could do last year in the grand final. It was a victory against City. Well, this is a grand final for them tonight. A must win. No one gave them much hope last year. They did it. Here they are again. And this time it's to make the finals. Maybe Melbourne City have a few players rested. They have that luxury. The benchmark again for the 3rd year in a row.
Well, we made a lot of it last year. Certainly Melbourne City were the premiers and Western United were the underdogs. It's the same this evening, as Daniel McBreen has just said. This year, however, Melbourne City's form against the top dogs, we thought had probably been a little bit better. Of course, they failed to win against any of the other top 4 in the regular season last season, and it came back to bite them in the finals campaign. But Macca, a closer look before kickoff, just the 1 win over the other sides in the top 4 this season as well.
Yeah, and that, I guess, is something that Rado Vidosic will want to address, because
Nuno Reis with Thomas Lamb. Reis striding forward. They hit it hard into the feet of Berenguer, who did well to control. They've found a bit of space here. O'Neill. Nabbout, overlapping run, Galloway. Nabbout's cross in is brilliant. Oh, and Jamie McLaren. It wasn't as crisp a finish as we've become accustomed to. And we'll put that goal down to the quality of the delivery from Andrew Naboo to the back post. Goal number 21 for McLaren. And just 13 minutes in, Melbourne City are in that familiar position of leading football matches.
Well, the Harvey Norman replay will show it was wonderful play from Melbourne City, moving the ball quickly, overlapping runs, decoys, and then this ball here from Andrew Naboo. What a ball that is. Right into that danger area around the 6-yard box. And it's Jamie McLaren making the run, doesn't quite get hold of it like he would like. And he comes off maybe the head and or down onto the knee. It dips on him at last minute, doesn't it? But he adjusts and he won't care. It's another goal in that tally and puts him one behind Besar Barisha for the all-time leading goal scorer in the A-League. And it's a fantastic start from Melbourne City.
Dink ball over the top from Thomas Lamb. Quick feed from Aidan O'Neill. Berenguer, likewise for McLaren. Might get another bite at the cherry. That's a good ball. Pasquale releasing Parias. He is quick. So is Geordie Boss. Parias, he's got plenty of tricks. And it's Berenguer, the Frenchman, back to help out.
That was a good foot race, wasn't it there? Dylan Parias and Geordie Boss. In the end, the troops get back to help. See here, Florent Berenguer getting back.
Oh, that's given away by Galloway. Prijovic, nice little turn inside range. Now for Parias. Great save, Tom Glover. Brilliant stop with his legs. And now City can look to burst forward. O'Neill straight up the other end. Tilio, it's got McLaren in there, and it's Nikolai Topor-Stanley that concedes a corner as we race from one end to the other. But really, Western United should be level.
Yeah, well, it was a good press from Western United again. He just probably held on to it just a little too much there, Prijovic, and it just made that angle for Dylan Parias a little wider. Good save from Tom Glover, spread himself well.
And he clears under pressure. Ooh, and there, lunging in, goes Nuno Reis, and the yellow card comes straight out. Second of the match, and that one, probably you'd say, a little bit more warranted than the first.
Yeah, he was never getting there, was he? Oof, that's late, high, studs are showing.
Well, VAR, the official word out of VAR, where it's Chris Griffith-Jones. They had a look at it and agreed with the referee's decision as Parias, in his 100th career match, has drawn the two sides level. And there's a bit of afters as well on the pitch. Big time. Something has been said or done that has flared up.
Well, I think Lockie Wales, he was having words as the ball went in with someone. I think it was about the tackle. And I'm sure he's reminded them straight away.
Yellow cards for both players. Well, not to take some of the shine off Dylan Parias' goal.
Well, Harvey Norman replay shows it was rather launched into the back post area. Prijovic goes up, and look at Dylan Parias. Gets in there first. Nice first touch, and then is just aggressive and gets there before Glover. And then Lockie Wales just runs into Scott Galloway, I believe, in the celebrations.
The press coming from Payne. Naboo, first time ball is a good one, but the control from Jamison. Well, Topor-Stanley gets a yellow. He's feeling he was fouled by Jamison beforehand. And he wants to go on with it a little bit with Chris Beath before thinking, 380 matches in, I'm almost done. Let's step away.
Well, I think he's got a point, hasn't he? It's a bit of a wrestle between himself, and look at that there. You can see Scott Jamison clearly holding him back.
one has some real feeling in it. Naboo outside for Galloway. He manages to get there. The header just the wrong side. Off the upright from Aidan O'Neill, looking to continue his rich scoring form.
Well, there he is in that advanced position again. Jamieson behind him allows him to get further forward. It was a good run from Galloway, and he just clips it to that near post area.
As it stands, this result is not worth that much to Western United. It will keep them alive for another week, but they will go, if it stays this way, into the final round of matches, 2 points behind Wellington Phoenix. And depending on what Perth can do tomorrow, maybe behind them as well. Might even like to throw Brisbane and Macarthur into that mix at a stretch.
Well, I don't think I've checked the goal difference column in a league table so much as I have in the last month. It's so tight for that number 2 spot and also for the top 6.
Well, there's plenty of feeling in this one at Amy Park. The premiers, Melbourne City, going ahead in the 13th minute with Jamie McLaren's 21st of the season, before their former player, Dylan Parias, in his 100th career match, got his 2nd of the campaign to equalise in the 38th minute. 5 yellow cards, plenty of flash points, plenty of talking points, and we will have all of that dissected and analysed in the halftime show coming right up. It's halftime at Amy Park. Melbourne City 1, Western United 1. At the break, in what is an absolutely crucial match of football for the home side in green and black. One of the last in the momentous career of Nikolai Topor-Stanley, who launches long. As Michael Zapponi just said, perhaps one of the last chances to see Alessandro Diamanti, the Italian wizard, at Amy Park as well. Next week, their final match. Topor-Stanley, Lustica, lovely turn away from trouble. And a great switch of play as Parias hits the afterburners, and Geordie Boss not taking any chances at the moment.
Well, we've seen on a number of occasions this year that Geordie Boss gets his opposite number going on the back pedal because he likes to get forward. Well, Parias has flipped the script. Finding it very difficult to get forward, Geordie Boss. He's having to be on his toes. Parias runs at him, looks to combine with his teammates as well.
Pasquale. Dispossessed by Tilio, but they've got it back. Parias for Wales. Wales deflected. Desperate defending from Aidan O'Neill, throwing his body on the line. Lucky Wales just saying that I was looking inside. Couldn't squeeze it through.
Well, they've looked promising in wide areas, Western United. 10 crosses to 4. It was almost the same move. We saw Jamie McLaren get his goal. Just drifts off the back of the furthest centre-back in between defenders. The one on his goal that actually dipped on him. That one just kept floating past him, didn't it?
The one thing you can count on is that he'll be there or thereabouts. Always the target for those crosses. Wales accelerating, brilliant pass for Connor Payne, who helps it on its way to Prijovic. Saved by Glover. Parias, the follow-up. It's not finished yet. Yes, it is. Flags up for offside against Alexander Prijovic, I think.
Well, what about the pass to open up the Melbourne City defence there from Lachie Wales? Connor Payne's not offside there. That is a fantastic pass. It must be that one they're saying, but he looked, to me, behind the ball.
Naboo able to turn, bursting into the area. Naboo still going. And Topo Stanley clears. Leckie, so strong. Leckie still. Leckie, a little touch. McLaren! Goal number 142. He moves level with Besart Berisha as the highest goal scorer in A-League history. And he can just say a quiet thank you to Matt Leckie along the way off the bench for the assist. But what a moment for Jamie Maclaren to celebrate.
Yeah, take your time, Jamie Maclaren. You've earned it, mate. Well, we just waxed lyrical on the Harvey Norman replay about how much influence this man, Matt Leckie's had. Look at that, strength, power, a little bit of poise there, and Jamie Maclaren does Jamie Maclaren things in the right position, the right time. Look at that little movement, points where he wants it, on the swivel, and there's nothing Jamie Young can do about that. And as the celebrations went on, Maclaren went to the fans, and then he turned around, he said, "In you come, boys. I can't do this without you."
And then Western United today, his 13th goal against the green and black. In this, his 12th match as Botic, oh, it's palmed out. Botic may yet get another chance, and Thomas Lamb clears. And perhaps Western United not out of this one yet either.
Well, if you think they were going to go away quietly and let Melbourne City run away with this, have other ideas. Botic with a great header down, forcing the save from Glover. Prius almost on the rebound.
It can start to hurt you in the latter stages as Naboo square. Oh, brilliant! Topo Stanley with a clearance to deny a sure goal, and now Leckie and Maclaren. Well, the save from Jamie Young counts for nothing. He denies Leckie but can do nothing to keep out the man of the moment. It's Jamie Maclaren's night. He is the all-time leading goal scorer in A-League history. And fittingly, he's done it in style with the hat-trick.
Well, he stands alone atop of the pile. 2 behind at the start of the night, 1 in front now, and then I'm sure more to come. Harvey Norman replay shows he was to be denied here by wonderful defending from Nikolai Topo Stanley. He gets himself to his feet, and look, straight away into position again. A great header from Leckie, and there he is. A striker's instinct. Where will the ball drop? That's where I'll be. Jamie Maclaren makes his mark as the all-time leader on top of the pile. And it means so much not only to him, but you saw his teammates, the whole bench, goalkeeper, everyone come to celebrate. A great milestone.
Apologies.
Sorry, they're a force, aren't they? They're a force, Melbourne City. They have so much talent.
We've seen it off the bench with Van der Ven and Leckie. The youngster, Max Caputo, just 17 years of age. I was just going to say, we have seen, as I quickly checked, Josh Risdon, 15th season in the A-League. Nikolai Topo Stanley as Boss goes on the charge. Van der Ven closed down Nikolai Topo Stanley, who made his debut for Sydney in the Cup back in 2006. And here he is in 2023, bringing the curtain down this evening. His last home match before he returns to one of his former homes, Perth, next week, for what looks like now being almost certainly the final match, because Western United, if they wanted any realistic chance, they had to win tonight. And with just a minute left, they haven't done so. Talbot running at top or Stanley. Square ball for Tilio. Here's Van der Ven. Oh, he's trying the little chip. Well, he's scored some nice goals this season. Van der Ven, that would have been another one of them. There's going to be some competition for spots in this City side, isn't there? Coming up in the next few weeks. Basically, full strength. They've rested Curtis Good and Valon Berisha today as well. Leckie and Van der Ven back. Berenguer back. McLaren scoring goals. Nuno Reis back as well. As it's over the top. Tom Glover. Oh, and that's just where Diamanti wanted it for a second there. The 5 minutes of stoppage time are up. The game is over. A game that will go down in history for the match in which Jamie McLaren's 6th A-League hat-trick saw him first equal and then surpass Besart Berisha's A-League scoring record in his 201st match. 143 A-League goals. It wasn't to be for Western United, who played without the ball, but not without their own game plan and determination for large periods of the match. But in the end, McLaren's poaching ability in front of goal and the impact that Rado Vidosic had off the bench, with in particular Socceroo star Matt Leckie after 2 months out with a hamstring strain. John Anastasiades there, another goal-scoring great on the opposite bench. Michael Theo, the former Brisbane keeper and teammate, they know all about what Jamie McLaren can do in front of goal. It's his night. It's Melbourne City's night. Their most successful ever season. They have taken their tally to 52 points. They're top of the table. And for Western United and John Aloisi, well, it's time perhaps to start looking ahead to next year. It's finished here at AAMI Park. Melbourne City 3, Western United 1.